Houston, we have a problem. Breaking news on CNN. The year is 2014. The day is 14th of September. A group of Martian natives have taken over the White House. Yes, the White House is under siege. Initial reports suggest that these Martian natives are from a city called Permafrostopolis on Mars, and they are completely pissed off. Why? They have been repeatedly abused with contamination from Earth. Dr. Paul Sagan, the newly appointed director of NASA, when he was contacted, he was on his way to Washington, D.C. to negotiate an end of the siege. Dr. Sagan has had this to say: "We did all we could using planetary protection policies, but however, these bacterial bugs from spacecraft assembly facility have managed to evade our decontamination procedures. And now, our worst nightmares have come true." Professor George Fox at the University of Houston, who worked in researching the genomes of these bacteria, was entirely non-committal. Well, you know, who would have thought that in 2 years' time, we would make contact with the natives of Mars, we will actually sign treaties with them. It so happens that these Martian natives were here on Earth to discuss the modalities of an intergalactic planetary treaty. On the part of the Martian natives, their complaint is that perchlorate and methane, two of the most essential nutrients for their survival, are being completely depleted by these bacteria. And these communities have also started growing biofilms, and they are also transferring their genes and contaminating their local gene pool. A group of panspermia scientists have a different view altogether. This has always been going on since the origin of life. I don't believe these Martians. This is a kind of an evolutionary trade-off at the intergalactic level. For more news, stay tuned, 6 p.m. tonight.
All right, let's get some feedback from the judges. That was wonderful.
Good script. I could tell you took some time in writing the script and making sure that you kept the narrative moving along. I like that a lot. And I like the way that you... Okay, thanks. Now you made me forget what I was talking about. There you go, you jogged me. Planetary protection. Good way to bring up the subject of planetary protection and to talk about how complicated executing planetary protection is. That the fact that you have all these conflicting theories about the origin of life and the nature of life, and that life in one place may depend on a certain set of conditions, where life in another place depends on a different set of conditions, and if you mix life forms from different environments together, that panic can ensue. So I thought it was good.
I love the use of humor, especially in this topic. You know, it taps into the kind of the cultural, you know, alien jokes and all that, and the sort of almost absurdity of thinking of some of these, even though they're not absurd, we know, but that seem absurd, some of these questions. And so I thought you presented, you used that effectively really well. Just the, you know, the sort of way that thinking about aliens tickles our funny bones, and yet you managed to bring in some really interesting substantive questions about planetary protection and so forth that you know, that the public should know, that we astrobiologists are thinking about. So yeah, good job.
Very creative, opening and closing. I like that you kept it that same sort of storyline through the whole 3 minutes. You didn't abandon your metaphor halfway through. So good job on kind of keeping it contained within the CNN sort of format. I also like very much what you said, Linda, the bringing in of multiple perspectives. That's something that, especially with science, because we all know that no matter what the facts are, everybody has a different opinion about the facts. And acknowledging that and exploring that can sometimes be the best way to reach your audience. So that was brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's thank Madhan one more time.